Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy is Koei Tecmo's newest entry on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, and also Gut's sequel to their best-selling Atelier entry ever. It's for that reason that Ryza Stout, better known as Ryza, is once again featured as the main protagonist of this larger-than-life RPG, taking place 3 years after the events of the first entry. Tao sends a letter to Ryza requesting her visit to the capital city and explore the ruins nearby, more specifically a mysteriously glowing stone that turns out to be an egg where Fi is housed. For the purposes of this review, that's about as much story as I'll get into. Just rest assured that just like in the first game, there are twists waiting for you and plenty of things to do. While in the early hours, the game can seem a bit exposition heavy for those new to the series, it does a good job contextualizing the relationships between the characters and setting up their expectations going forward. The core of the original group are back, like Tao, Lent, and Claudia, with some new faces like the aforementioned fairy named Fi. Secrets are plentiful once you're out on the field, and exploration takes a bigger focus than previous entries. Gathering materials from collection spots are facilitated by crafting adventurer tools. Expanding your assortment of these tools allows you to go back to areas that you once explored and reach newer gathering spots, on top of fights that you weren't privy to. Most of the original tools make a return, like axes, nets, and scythes, but new tools come in the form of a whistle to call a summon that you get to ride around while you gather, a bubble that you go deep underground to gathering points, and a band that allows you to swing around to reach high places. Because versatility has been improved, traversal now feels more varied and getting around feels more intuitive. The active time battle system is back and has been sped up even more, and tweaked to make each battle feel engaging while still offering some level of challenge. Attacking allows you to constantly amass AP that you can then spend on attacking skills. These can be used individually or as a group. The option to control any of the 3 characters is possible as the battle progresses. This allows them to ask for specific attacks on your end and follow them up with either combination attacks or mix-ups. You can even change skills based on how much AP you have available, on top of the tactical level now raising automatically during battle. This increases the number of AP you gain during each of the attacks, how much attacks you can actually land, and boosting your default attack. That's not even to mention that equipping 4 items per characters allows them to use the core drives once per battle. All of this makes combat feel layered, giving you the option to dispose of enemies with a much bigger emphasis on control on your end. It shouldn't come to anyone's surprise that the alchemic system has seen some changes, but to be clear, it's not been fully overhauled like in previous entries, which some fans weren't too happy about. For starters, you gain new recipes based on the skill points system, but that's about it. Skill points are gained by crafting, questing, and exploration. So once you learn a new recipe and wish to craft it, you go into the grid-based crafting menu that you got accustomed to in the first game, and in that regard, it remains mostly unchanged. A new twist is added with essences that basically let you gain elemental powers like gem boosting any of your crafts accordingly and raising the quality of the item at the same time. Another new addition is the option to merge 2 items together and one will gain the traits of another. You can see how handy this comes in later in the game. The last new mechanic worth mentioning is the compass, where you basically collect clues within a dungeon and use the compass to find memories, giving you tidbits of information and even access to some rare recipes, but all of it is optional. It just adds another layer and set of incentives for exploration. While areas are diverse, expect to return to some previous ones you saw in the first entry, but sadly there's no dub, just the Japanese audio with English subtitles. Atelier Ryza 2 is another magnificent entry in the Atelier franchise that took quite a lot from the original game and expands upon it. But it's because of so much of the skeleton is being repurposed from the first entry, newcomers might not see the issue, but returning players can't quite shake off that deja vu feeling. Nintendo Sphere gives Atelier Ryza an 8.5 out of 10. If you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!